My cousin announced at Thanksgiving that my wedding gift to her would be my house. Not help with a down payment. My actual house. When I said no, half my family acted like I was the unreasonable one. My cousin Megan, the one everyone always excused, had just gotten engaged. I was 31, single, and had bought my 3-bedroom house 2 years earlier after saving for almost a decade. I worked overtime and skipped vacations until I finally had enough. Megan was 26 and living in her fiance's mother's basement. Still, she looked around my dining room and said, "You don't need all this. We're starting a family." Her mother nodded. My uncle said families were supposed to share. Even my own mom said I could afford another place someday. Then Megan started planning renovations. She pointed at my office and called it a nursery. She wanted lighter paint because my colors were too dark. She discussed my kitchen like she already owned it. After dinner, she admitted she had already told her fiance's family I was giving them the house. "So you can't back out now," she said. "You'll make me look like a liar." I told her that was her problem for lying. That should have ended it. Instead, Megan brought her fiance over to measure rooms without asking. She had mail sent to my address. She told my neighbors she was moving in after the wedding. His mother called about property taxes. Then a realtor called. Megan had hired her to handle the gift transfer. The realtor said she had no written consent from me and needed to verify the deed. That was when I stopped trying to handle this privately. That weekend, both families met for a wedding planning dinner. Megan had added the house transfer to the discussion. I arrived carrying a folder. Her face lit up. His parents thanked me. His grandmother hugged me. One sibling asked about the basement. Megan smiled. "Show them the paperwork." I handed the realtor my deed. She read it, then looked at me. "There are no transfer documents here." Megan's smile disappeared. I took the deed back. "Correct. This shows that I own the house. Alone. There is no transfer because I never agreed to one." Nobody spoke. Then I showed the text where Megan wrote that she had already promised the house to her fiance's family and that I couldn't refuse without embarrassing her. Her fiance took my phone and scrolled. He read the message calling me her rich cousin. Then the one saying his parents would think her family was trash if I didn't follow through. He looked at Megan. "When did she agree to give us the house?" "Thanksgiving," I said. 30 people heard me say no. One uncle cleared his throat. "She did say no, very clearly." Several relatives nodded. Megan changed tactics. She said maybe I never formally promised it, but I had implied I wanted to help. Her fiance's father cut in. "You told us the deed was being transferred. You showed us pictures of the rooms." His grandmother added. "You told me I could stay in the guest room because the house would be yours." Megan started crying. Then she accused me of humiliating her. So I asked, "How is this a misunderstanding when you sent a realtor, forwarded mail to my address, told my neighbors you were moving in, and measured my rooms after I said no?" She had nothing. Her mother jumped in and said family should help family. My uncle nodded, but less confidently now. Megan's fiance stood up and said they needed to leave. She grabbed his arm, then turned to me. "If I cared about her," she said, "I would tell him this was all a mistake." I told her, "I cared enough to host Thanksgiving. I do not care enough to give you the house I spent 10 years earning because you lied about it." He walked out. His parents followed. 3 weeks later, the engagement was over. My aunt sent angry messages saying I had ruined Megan's life. I blocked her after the 5th one. Then relatives who had stayed quiet started calling. Some apologized. My mother asked me to lunch and admitted she had tried to keep the peace instead of defending me. I told her peace that required me to surrender my home wasn't peace. She agreed. I changed my locks anyway. Months later, Megan moved to another state. Her mother still blamed me. I stopped arguing about it. Then I got promoted at work. With the raise, I renovated my home office. The same room Megan had announced would become her nursery. I built bookshelves, bought a new desk, and painted the walls the deep blue she once said was too dark. One Saturday morning, I made coffee and sat down at that desk. My phone buzzed with a family group chat. I turned it face down. The house was quiet, the office was blue, and every room was still mine.